Alright, so I'm deciding to do this video because I think people will find it helpful. Basically, um, my favorite book. Now there's a few to choose from, but the one is more special than the rest, and I'll show you that one. But let me just show you, like this last year or so, I've just been on a madness. Like, you see, like that's just one of them. There's like two more over there. Never mind my broken chair stuff. But yeah, my most prized book that I read like every day, more or less. And I wanted to show this. It's a special book. Like there's not many. There's a lot of trash out there, but this book's special. So here it is. It came like this, which is mad because no other book has ever come like this. It's got like coffee stains. I didn't do these. It came like this, like literally. It came exactly like this. I was like, what the hell? It came. What kind of bullshit's this? Like they're mugging me off. But then look, like it's like it's got this like, I don't know. It came with this like address. I don't know what the hell. I don't know if that's the publishing or what, but it's just written in there. And I was like, damn, this book's got a little bit of history. It's like ripping apart and shit. I think I bought it off Amazon. I can't remember for how much, but it's called The Power of Now by a guy called Echart Tolle. Echart Tolle, however you want to say his name. He's a German guy. This book's just mad. First reason why it's mad is because I think I read it at a time when I needed to hear exactly what's in this book, even though I may not have known that I needed it. So basically, like, I read it when I didn't know like who I was gonna become or anything like that. Like, it sounds weird saying it, but who I wanted to be, my identity. I felt like I didn't have an identity, like, ever, because there's a few reasons. I might explain those later in other videos, but I felt like I was always like an outsider, or always someone different, like in a not in different like special way, but like, well, I can't get along. I can't play a certain part like how other people like play, like, oh, I'm this, and they're really certain in it, and like they thrive in it. So it looked like, which a lot of people do. They're like, I'm this and I'm gonna carry on being this, and they do great. And I'm like, well, who am I? Like, I don't have any interest. I don't have anything. Like, I'm not that culturally inclined. Like, what the hell? Like, and I was just doing bullshit. And then I read this, and it was like, you know what? It's alright not being like, not having a concrete identity, because that's how the world's like turning out now. Because before, like, those kind of things are what made people like be like, oh, I'm white, he's black, we're all white, so we all stick together. Like, that's what identity actually does. If you look at it, oh, I'm a man, that's a woman, all of us men will do this, you do that. Like, that's how it was, and that's how it still is. But if you notice recently, there's been a lot of like a shift in that sense, and I think it's all because of the internet. Literally, like, people are realizing like all these like bondages to attachments, not bondages, attachments to like things that don't really matter. Like, I'm this, I'm that, I'm gonna do, like, that's what, like, I've recently noticed. And I read this book like last year, I think, or a year and a half ago, and I was like, damn, like, it's a mad book in that sense, and it helped me figure a lot of that out. So that's one of the reasons, like, came at a great time for me. And when I read it, it made perfect sense because of the climate that we're in, because of what's happening and all of that. The second reason why this book is mad is because every time you read it, you find something new. So Eckhart Tolle is like a spiritual teacher, but he's not like, I don't know what he is and what he isn't, but he's like one of them he's like a Zen master kind of. So every time you like read the book, you read it one time, you'll see something, and then you read it another time and you'll see something completely different. Like I wish I hadn't done this, but I don't know if you can see it. I underlined some things, and now when I go back and look at the things I underline, I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, that's not that special to everything else. And so that's what happens when you read it over and over and over again. So that's another reason why it's one of my favorite books, because every time you look at it, it's like it's a whole different meaning, a whole different subject matter, a whole different view, whatever you want to see. I wish I didn't do all of this, but I did it. So the third reason I think this is my favorite book, there's a million reasons. Like if I like sit and read it to you, I'll be like, yeah, that's one of the reasons. Like there's so many things that he says in it. I'm like, that's great, that's great, that's great, that's great. But I'm just gonna keep to the three just for the video. But it's basically like a manual on. So quick like backstory, when I turned 18, I started drinking, and I loved doing that. And then I stopped drinking, started doing drugs, loved doing that. And then I read this book, and then I figured out that there's a way to feel like that without actually doing those things. And this book is basically that. Like, you feel, if you stick to it like regularly and you keep doing it, which I have like months on end, I still like go back and forth, but like everyone, we all have our like challenges. But this book is like, it's a manual for like feeling. I can't explain it. You have to, like, that's why you have to read this book. Like, he explains everything like to a T. Like some things are so weird, like you'll read it and you're like, fucking hell, how the fuck did you know that? But obviously everyone feels the same, you just think that they don't. So yeah, shit, those are my three reasons why The Power of Now is my favorite. There are others. I might do some on the ones that I think are shit, and others that I think are good as well, because there is a lot of shit and there is a lot of good, and I like reading them. So yeah, that's my first one. I'm Karim. If yeah, tell me what your favorite book is. I'd love to read it. Peace.